always do this like on a crunch time. I'm like, I have things to do. I have somewhere to be. And I go, I should film a video right before. I had this conversation with someone the other day about the Disney live action movies. I recently saw on Disney Plus that Snow White, live action Snow White, came out on Disney Plus. And it brought me back to that whole Rachel Zegler controversy, all of that drama stuff that was going on. If anyone's been out of the loop for that, which also, this is super old news. I'm sorry to be bringing it up again, but I'm getting to a point. Hold on. So for the Snow White press and interviews that she had, even I think like before they started filming or during filming, she'd said some things that were pretty controversial, and for me that kind of seemed out of character for her. So I kind of wanted to do a deep dive on that because I feel like that is a big clear sign of creative burnout, and I have my reasonings based on firsthand experience. So in order to get to that conclusion, I wanted to go back to the beginning of her career and maybe a little bit before. So for those of you who don't know, Rachel Zegler started out in musical theater and theater in community theaters. I said theater a lot. Me all the time. She was cast in leads in her high school productions. When she was like 16 or 17, she got cast in Steven Spielberg's new movie, West Side Story, which is his adaptation or version of the Broadway musical and the film from, I believe it was from the 70s or 60s. She got cast as Maria, who is the female lead. So during her senior year, she booked, which I think is a pretty all-time high if you're a teenager or just if you're an actor in general. If your first big break and probably first job ever is Steven Spielberg saying, yeah, I'm gonna hire you, that's pretty freaking huge, and it feels like you can only go up from there. She'd already achieved her big dream before her high school graduation, and it seemed like the other projects she had taken on after that were pretty meh to her. I think with the exception of that Hunger Games prequel, and I feel like the role that was kind of made for her. I didn't see the film, but it seemed like in the behind the scenes clips and footage, she seemed to be having the time of her life. And she was also working with her then boyfriend. But for me, a tell was when she was doing an interview for Shazam! Theory of the Gods. And it was a viral TikTok audio, right? It was the, what made you want to get into this world of DC Comics? And she goes, I needed a job. I'm being so serious. And yeah, like it's really funny, haha. People used it. And it was, really fun. All that stuff, but I feel like in every joke there's a little bit of truth, because maybe, just maybe, that reality of the entertainment industry being a business started to hit a little bit too real. It then became a job that you needed to book in order to gain an income. Then came Snow White, and I feel like a lot of people saw the side of her that seemed to be ungrateful and very diva. There were rumors that she was difficult to work with. So people started asking, how is this extremely talented vocalist and actress who started off so strong sort of being blacklisted in Hollywood and removed from this Disney universe? I really do think it's that realization of, oh, I need to book literally anything and everything that will say yes to me in order to keep living, at least to like support myself financially. Like this became her job. It was her 9-to-5. And unfortunately, seeing the entertainment industry as a 9-to-5 can kind of kill the creativity that someone will have for it. Because in this industry, you got a lot more no's than you do yeses. So the yeses that you do have, you just take it. Even if you're a big name like Rachel Zegler, especially in early 2020s. God, the early 2020s, it's 2025. That's wild. So if anyone has kept up with her, it seems that she is going back to her roots and going to live theater. Hi, I was getting some of my information wrong during this part of me filming, so I just wanted to correct myself and get it right for this video. She starred as Juliet in Romeo and Juliet on Broadway, her Broadway debut, in September of 2024 with Kit Connor, and she is currently, from what I understand, in previews or either the show already opened. She is playing Eva Perón in Evita in the West End. I honestly think this is a very wise and very smart move for her career, and it might actually save her. Getting back in touch with the reason why you started out in this industry and why you love acting and why you love singing, why you love dance and why you love musical theater and why you love creating in the first place will definitely help reignite that passion for it in the midst of this industry kind of swallowing you up. The thing about theater that I don't know what a lot of people are thinking about it, but I feel like the mass public is thinking that actors who have their start in film or TV and then transition into theater, it's almost like theater is their exile. Like if they have nothing else, they're just gonna go to Broadway. Broadway's hard though. You're doing 8 shows a week. There's 7 days in a week. There's a quote from I think Denzel Washington who said, nope, it was Terrence Mann. He said, movies will make you famous, television will make you rich, but theater will make you good. For real, what was I on this day? Live theater is something else. It's a different beast. And it's not easy, but it is really good training. And it's for sure a different kind of discipline. So here's the thing. I know this is like towards the end of the video, but I do have to preface this. This is literally near the end. This is my epilogue. I'm in no way, shape, or form in any right to be telling people what to do or say that my opinions are the correct ways or the only ways to think, because this is just my opinion and I'm only speaking from personal experience of being creatively burnt out as well. But I am hopeful for Miss Stegler. I do believe that she still has that heart and passion for theater, musical theater in her still. Unfortunately, I do think that this business kind of fucked with it, so to speak. And I hope that her being in professional theater is refilling her cup in ways that this industry could never. I hope that her going back to her roots satisfies her in ways she probably hasn't felt in a while, and that she goes at her own pace. Yeah, there's hope for us all. Well, that is all I have for this little video for you today. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Subscribe if you want to hang out some more, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.